same as Apollo 10, they said. Looks okay to them, over.
Okay, I understand. It's not our monitor. It must be the transmitter.
All right, I guess so, brother. We'll have them look into it and see if they can suggest anything. Oh, Apollo 11, Houston, we've lost our command interface with Goldstone. We'd like you to switch to Omni Delta, over.
Roger, Mike, Delta.
Roger. Hello, Apollo 11, Houston, we'd like you to terminate the O2 purge if you have not done so already. And the TV camera people say that the lines are inherent in the camera buzz, and it's something that we expected, over.
Roger, understand about the camera. Say again about the O2 purge?
Roger, we can terminate the O2 purge at this time, over.
Oh, okay. Fine, we'll do.
And please select Omni Bravo on board, over.
Take on the Bravo, Joey.
Roger.
How's everything going down there? You guys happy with spacecraft systems?
Roger, affirmative. Everything's looking really good to us, over.
Okay, same here. How far out can you pick up TV off the Omni?
Stand by. Apollo 11, Houston. We're just about at the limit where we can get any kind of picture at all on the Omnis on the TV. The picture, I guess, would be just almost zero at this point.
Okay, well, for this TV program coming up in a couple of hours, you might give some thought to how you want us to stop DTC, if you do, for the best high gain angle, and also it'd be nice if you could stop us at such an attitude that we'd have the Earth out of one of our windows.
Roger, 11, we're thinking about that.
Okay.
Apollo Control, that concludes the replay of the test transmission from Apollo 11. That transmission occurred about 2 hours prior to the regularly scheduled TV transmission this evening. The crew apparently testing out the onboard system. We received about 52 minutes of intermittent television using the spacecraft omnidirectional antennas. And as you can see, particularly near the end, this appears to be just about the limit of television reception from the Omni antennas. At the time of the transmission, Apollo 11 was about 121,000 nautical miles from Earth. During the replay of that television transmission, we accumulated a very short amount of tape, one or two brief comments from the crew, who are in their sleep period at this time. We'll play back that tape conversation for you now.
Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. One request, the optics switched to zero, and we're got a lot of theories on why it maneuvered at 7/10 a moment ago, Mike, but no real definite answer. We'll be back with you later, over.
Okay, no rush, Joey.
Roger. Mike, I think we can explain that 7/10 rate. When the first time through, we failed to go through the verb 49, so we had a large error between our actual CDU and desired CDU and roll. And with that situation, the the vehicle will roll, or will maneuver rather, at a rate that is loaded in, which was 3/10 plus 4/10 rate, and it will limit at 4/10 above the desired rate. So that is if we have a large enough angle between the desired and actual, which we did. So therefore the rate was 4/10 plus 3/10 to give you the 7/10, over.
Okay, thank you.
Roger.
At this time, Apollo 11 is 137,219 nautical miles from Earth. The spacecraft is traveling at a speed of 4,132 feet per second. Here in Mission Control, things have settled down into a rather quiet nighttime routine. We said goodnight to the crew at about 36 hours, 36 hours 9 minutes to be exact, a little over an hour ago. We did hear from them once or twice since then, and we anticipate that at this time they are probably getting settled down to begin their 10-hour sleep period. At 37 hours 21 minutes, this is Apollo Control.
Houston, we're really amazed at the quality of the picture up in the tunnel. It's really superb, over. It is considering the amount of light up in there. We're about to open the hatch now. Right.
Buzz Aldrin reporting that he's halfway into the LEM. This view is inside the LEM cabin.
Hey, that's a great shot right there. We see you in there. Guess that's Neil and Mike. Better be, anyway. See you waving.
Aldrin has apparently carried the camera into the LEM with him, showing as Neil Armstrong and Mike Collins back in the CSM.
Apollo 11, Houston, we're standing by to watch your start up on the PTC at any time. You can start off at the VERT 49, over.
Wilco, we're just finishing up the probe and about to close up the hatch here. We're going to be a couple minutes late, probably getting started in the PTC.
Roger, no sweat, 11, we're standing by, over.
This is Apollo Control. That was Neil Armstrong reporting that they are now reinstalling the probe and drogue, which is just about on the flight plan schedule. And they reported that they would be putting the spacecraft in a slow roll shortly to maintain passive thermal control. In that mode, the spacecraft rotates at a rate of about 3 revolutions per hour to maintain even heating. We have a precise time on that sphere of influence change, the point at which the moon, for calculation purposes here in mission control, comes under the predominant influence, the spacecraft comes under the predominant influence of the moon's gravitational field. And we now calculate that event will occur at 61 hours, 39 minutes, 55 seconds ground elapsed time.
Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. Mike, there's no wait required. Where rates are steady, you can proceed on, over.
I'm doing it, Joey.
Roger.
Tunnel's all secure. The drogue, probe, and hatch all back in.
Roger, copy out. Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. We have some new additions to your alternate and contingency checklist. If you would break that out, over.
Bye. Okay, Houston, we're ready to copy.
Roger. 11, if you'll turn to page F/2-22, over.
F/2-22.
Roger, Neil. Under column L, that's column Lima, line 06. The new data is 00001. Line 07. New data is 02134. Over.
Okay, I have in F/2-22, column Lima, item 6, 00001. Item 7, 02134.
Roger, that's correct. Thank you much, Al. Houston, for your information, those two entries are an update to your Delta H that we have already uplinked into the CMC, over. Roger, thank you. What was our margin on, Charlie? About an 18-kilometer line, or what? Our update puts you to the Delta H to 35 kilometers, Mike, over. Okay. Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. We got some switch positions for you for the high gain, over. Okay, go ahead. Roger, Buzz. Select Bravo, Omni, high gain track to manual. Beam wide, over. Okay, Bravo, Omni, track manual, and beam wide. Roger, and your high gain angles are -50 on the pitch, 270 on the yaw, over. Okay, going there now. Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. We have some updates and some things we'd like to talk to you about if you're in the middle of your meal. If it's convenient any time for you, we're ready with some updates, over. What are the updates going to apply to? Roger, we have a couple of changes on the LIM mission rules no-go for your no-go card, Neil. One slight change on the aft depth, fuel, and temp pressure card. And we have a change to the procedure for the secondary radiator leak check, which is to be performed at 71 hours tomorrow. And also some indications that we have a couple of landing site obliques stowed in the wrong place, over. Okay, any of those in the flight plan, the secondary radiator, for example? That's affirmative. The secondary radiator leak check is called out in the flight plan at 7120. That procedure is listed in your launch operations book. On page 2-9, L2-9. We'd like to change that procedure, over. Okay, stand by. On the secondary leak check, just read it verbatim like you want, and I'll copy it directly into the flight plan and not fool around with the checklist. Roger, that's fine. If you're ready to copy, stand by. Ready to copy on the leak check. Roger. It's monitor secondary accumulator quantity. Step 2 is secondary glycol to radiator valve, normal for 30 seconds, then bypass. If no decrease in secondary accumulator quantity, are you with me? I'm with you. Okay, if no decrease in secondary accumulator quantity. Secondary glycol to radiator valve to normal. Next step, secondary coolant loop pump, AC1 or AC2. After 3 minutes, verify glycol discharge secondary pressure 39 to 51 psig. Also verify secondary evap out temp has changed. Next step, secondary coolant loop pump off. Secondary glycol to radiator valve bypass. That ends the procedure. Over. Okay, read back. Monitor secondary accumulator quantity. Secondary glycol radiator valve normal for 30 seconds, then to bypass. If no decrease in secondary accumulator quantity, secondary glycol to radiator valve to normal. Secondary coolant loop pump AC1 or 2. After 3 minutes, verify glycol secondary discharge pressure 39 to 51 psig. Verify secondary evaporator outlet temp has changed. Secondary coolant loop pump off. Secondary glycol radiator valve to bypass. And what's the reason for the change, John? Roger, Span is concerned that our present procedure shown in the checklist does not really flow glycol through the radiator, and they want to verify that we do not have a plugged secondary radiator. Over. Okay, do they have any abnormal indications in that system so far? Negative. This is a procedure that came up with. It's just a check, Mike. Everything's looking great to us. Over. Okay, fine. Probably we'll get back with you on these other changes in a few minutes. Okay. Roger, Neil. No hurry. Over.
This is Apollo control at 59 hours 9 minutes. Apollo 11 now 182,000 nautical miles from Earth, and the velocity down to 3,072 feet per second. We've had very little conversation from the spacecraft in the past 40 minutes or so. At this time, the flight plan calls for the crew to be getting ready to begin their eat period. That would be followed by a 9-hour rest period. We have one change to the flight plan to pass along. The television transmission, which had been scheduled at 100 hours 20 minutes to 100 hours 50 minutes in the flight plan, has been deleted. This transmission was to have occurred during the formation flying prior to the powered descent to the lunar surface. The decision to delete the TV transmission from the flight plan was made due to a lack of available satellite channels to relay the signal from the tracking site at Madrid to Houston for conversion. The intermittent music that we're getting is apparently coming from the spacecraft. The crew has on board portable tape recorders with music on the tapes, and as they store their own comments on the tape, the music is, of course, erased. And apparently the music is triggering the Vox-operated microphones, and we're getting intermittent music down from the spacecraft.
Houston, we're wondering who's on horns. Second, yes. We just had a little music there. Keep you entertained. That was good. You can keep it coming down, 11. Because it's a special occasion today, Houston. This is the 3rd anniversary of Gemini 10. Roger. Happy anniversary. Hey there.
This is Apollo Control. That comment a moment ago about the 10th anniversary of, or about the 3rd anniversary of Gemini 10 came from Mike Collins, who, along with John Young, flew the Gemini 10 mission July 18 through July 21, 1966. The brief bit of music that we got from the spacecraft was coming to us from a distance of 182,190 nautical miles.
Houston, Apollo 11, ready to copy your update. Roger, stand by. Okay, Buzz, the first item is that we have indications that your landing site obliques are not in the proper position. If you will check, we think that the intermediate scale landing site oblique is stowed in the CSM Lunar Landmark book. We think that the large scale landing site oblique is stowed in the back of the LIM Lunar Surface Map book. Over.
I think I heard you, Charlie, but I'm not sure that I understand.
Roger, according to our storage list, the landing site oblique should be in the transfer bag. But in the backup set of data, the intermediate scale oblique is in the CSM Lunar Landmark book, and the large scale oblique is in the back of the LIM Lunar Surface Map book, and that's the reason we think they might be not where you think they are. Over.
Okay, we've got 3 obliques, and the last one is one I asked for recently. Is it the blow-up of the second one? The first one is one that's got dotted lines on it indicating horizon view and 50-degree LPD. And all 3 of those are in the transfer book. Over.
Well, Roger, fine. We were wrong. In our backup set, we had those out of place. It looks like the onboard data is good. We just wanted to let you check on that one. We have an update on the APS DIPS fuel card that you place on the panel. It's a typo error. If you'll break out that little card, we got to correct that typo error. Over.
Come on. Okay, I got it.
Roger, Buzz. Under the DIPS column on the pressure side, you go down to the 4th item. It says pressure greater than 150. PTCA should be greater than 65%. Over.
Okay, it's greater than 120 for less than 65 and greater than 150 for greater than 65.
That's affirmative, Al. And we have 3 items on the mission rules no-go card, if you're ready to copy those. Over.
Okay, I've got the mission rules no-go.
Roger, Buzz. First entry is under EPS. Under AC Bus A, the line extends all the way to High Gate. Actually, the line should read, at DOI, it would be no-go AC Bus A. After that, the no-go would be both buses. So if you'll just pencil in both buses from PDI through High Gate, it'll be correct for that line. Over.
Okay, I've got that. AC Bus A for DOI and both buses no-go for PDI on.
That's affirmative up until High Gate, and you can stop at the line. It's under the column 5 minutes to low gate. Now the next line is under the GNC pings, pitch and roll GDAs. You can scratch that line completely. Over.
Roger, got it.
Okay, Buzz, last entry is down under RCS, and it's a typo error. Under the in the line 3-axis attitude control. You proceed to the right at PDI +5, you'll see 1 axis the line goes all the way to low gate to touchdown. That's incorrect. The line should stop under 5 minutes to low gate. Over. Okay, we're stopping that at 5 minutes to low gate. That's affirmed. That completes that card. The rest of the updates are just really for your information. Based on our 58-hour platform, look at the platform, we're in really good shape. Your gyros have almost no drift in them. Since prior to the update, we were looking at X of a minus 2.24 Meru, Y of plus 0.87, Z of minus 0.11. Since the update, which was based on the 52-hour P52, I believe, we gave you an X drift of plus 0.79, yaw of plus 1.06, Z of plus 0.02 Meru. The 52-hour and the 57-hour alignments did not really give us enough time to get a real good or completely valid update on the drift check. So we're real satisfied with the way the gyros are looking. The PIPA's looking great also. We're in real good shape with those two. Over. Radio check. Roger, we can get 5 by Hami, over.
Okay, loud and clear. You cut out when you were talking about the platform at something about 52 hours. After that, we never heard you again.
Roger, I guess we were changing antennas. Stand by. That's affirmative 11. We were swapping antennas on you down here. Basically, the word is we got a real good platform. Very small drift in the gyros and very small drift in the PIPA's. Over.
Roger, thank you. And I'd like to have a few words of clarification, if you'll give them to me, on the RCS rule, what that change essentially means.
Copy a few words of clarification on the RCS. Roger. The update there, Neil, you're speaking of about the one axis down to 5 minutes to low gate?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not quite sure what that rule means beyond 5 minutes.
Stand by. I'll make sure I got my story straight with control. Stand by. 11 Houston on the RCS, what we're saying is that if we lose control about one axis prior to low gate, we would recommend an abort. This would require a loss of two distinct jets, which is not very probable, but that's what we're recommending. After low gate, we would continue on. We would recommend that we continue on to attempt a landing. Over.
Roger. I think
Roger.
Charlie, did you say you had some updates for us in the lunar surface book?
Apollo 11, say again, you were cut out. Over.
Roger, did you say you had some updates for us in the lunar surface book, over?
Negative. At this time, we do not have any updates for the lunar surface book. We wanted you to have it just in case, over.
Roger, you were cut out that time.
Roger, at the present time, we do not have any updates for you on the lunar surface book. We are thinking about some and kicking them around, but they're very minor changes, over. Houston, did you copy that transmission? Apollo 11, Houston, we swapped antennas on you again. I say again that we do not have any lunar surface book updates at this time. We're considering a few minor ones, but we're still kicking them around the mocha, over.
Hello, 1100. Houston 11, we have a crew status report for you.
Roger, go ahead, 11.
Okay, radiation, CDR 11009, CMP 10010, LMP 09011, no medication.
Roger, 11, we copy for the radiations, and we're considering, this TC looks sort of weird to us, so we're considering stopping and starting over again. We'll be with you in a couple of minutes, over.
Okay.
Apollo 11, Houston, would you give us a LIM CM Delta P reading, over? Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. We switched the antennas on you again. Would you please give us a LIM CM Delta P reading, over? Hello, Apollo 11, Houston, over.
Go ahead, 11 here.
Roger, we switched antennas on you there a moment ago, Neil. Would you please give us a LIM CM Delta P reading, over?
It's less than 0.1.
Roger.
.15 now, Neil says, John.
Roger, thank you, Mike. Could you give us some help? This PTC is strange. It's not like anything we've seen before, and we're wondering if y'all have had any events or any idea that could help us out, over. I didn't understand that. Say again? Roger, we're looking at a sort of a funny-looking PTC. We've already drifted out to 70 degrees in pitch, and we're wondering if y'all have had any events or any such thing as that that could cause us to pick up these rates to drive us off, over.
Negative, Charlie. We don't know of anything.
Roger.
Unless it's got something to do with that entry from not from the position that we want to be in. I don't know.
Roger, when we started off, it looked real fine to us. Now it's drifting off in a funny pattern that we haven't seen previously on the flight. We're just trying to figure out. I think we'll probably start it over again. We'll be with you momentarily, over.
Okay.
Apollo 11, Houston, we hate to say it, but we'd like to terminate this PTC and start over again. We have no assurance that we're going to get it through the sleep period with this funny configuration or funny pattern. We'd like you to stop it now and then go back to pitch 090, y'all 0, and roll whatever you stop on, over.
Roger.
This is Apollo Control at 59 hours, 57 minutes. A few moments ago you heard Capcom Charlie Duke advise the crew to terminate the passive thermal control mode that they are presently in and reestablish the 3 revolution per hour roll rate about the spacecraft longitudinal axis that is used for thermal control. We had noticed a unexplained deviation from the attitude that the spacecraft was set up in this roll mode. Ideally, it would roll about the longitudinal axis with very little wobble. And if a wobble is introduced for one reason or another, the reaction control system jets would come on as soon as the motion out of the prescribed plane had occurred, had gone beyond prescribed limits, in this case 30 degrees, to correct. The jet firing on past missions do tend to disturb the crew's sleep rather than have the reaction control system jets come on during the night and perhaps have to awaken the crew to reestablish the passive thermal control mode at that time. We elected to correct it now.
Men, you disable Bravo and Charlie, select quad Alpha.
This is Apollo Control at 60 hours, 10 minutes. We've reestablished good antenna lock on at this time, and we'll continue to monitor for any conversation from the spacecraft. The crew is presently reestablishing the passive thermal control rotation rate of 3 revolutions per hour. Following that, we expect they will begin their rest period. At the present time, Apollo 11 is 183,821 nautical miles from Earth, and the velocity 3,037 feet per second.
Hello, Apollo 11. Hello, Apollo 11, over. Raj, bringing you about 1 by. Looks like we picked a super attitude here for PTC stabilization. We're reading you in a backup voice now, over. We read you loud and clear. Raj. I think we've got about the best configuration. We have been doing it all from the ground here, 11. We'll just keep it as it is, over. Apollo 11, Houston, would you select Command Reset and Omni Alpha, over? Roger, we read you about 3 by now, over. Apollo 11, Houston, we is stable. You can start the PTC, over. Well, that's right. Houston, Apollo 11, checklist page F9-7. I've completed step 8, and I'd like to know what you think is ideal timing between step 8 and step 9 and step 10 on that page, over. Roger, stand by. Apollo 11, Houston, we don't see any time constraint. We'd like you to go ahead and set up the wide deadband, then go through step 10 and 11, over.
Okay, will do. I don't see any constraints either, Charlie. I just was checking, make sure, because last time I went from 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 a little bit more swiftly than I'd been doing in the past.
Roger.
Step 11 complete.
Roger, we copy. Apollo 11, Houston, would you please select Omni Bravo, over?
Roger, Bravo. Houston, Apollo 11, how do you read on Bravo?
Roger, reading you 5I.
Same here.
Apollo 11, Houston, it looks like we got a good PTC going. It's good night from the white team, over.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you for everything.
This is Apollo Control at 60 hours 37 minutes. We said good night to the crew about 10 minutes ago. We expect that they will be settling down for their rest period shortly. At the present time, Apollo 11 is 184,600 nautical miles from Earth. The spacecraft velocity is presently 3,023 feet per second. I understand there's been some interest in a comment made by Neil Armstrong during the television transmission about the EVA floodlight. Armstrong's remark was that the mast which the light is mounted on appeared charred. He reported that the light works, but had apparently the mast that supported it had apparently been damaged during the launch phase. This light would be used in the event of a contingency EVA. It would have no function in a normal mission, such as we're presently flying. And in the event that an extravehicular activity was necessary for transfer of the crew from the LEM to the command and service module, the light would be an aid in providing exterior lighting of the handrails, but would repeat that it would have no function in a normal mission. And the charring which Armstrong reported is not considered significant at this time. We don't expect to have any further conversation with the crew. We will continue to record any remarks that we get and play those back. The passive thermal control mode, which was reestablished, appears to be functioning well at this time, and all spacecraft systems are functioning normally. At 60 hours 39 minutes, this is Apollo Control, Houston. is Apollo Control at 60 hours 47 minutes. We just got a call from the spacecraft requesting that we give them the position of the S4B in respect to the spacecraft. And we're currently coming up with that bit of information, so we'll stand by.
Apollo 11. Go ahead, 11, over. Do you have any idea where the S4B is with respect to us? Stand by. Apollo 11, Houston, the S4B is about 6,000 nautical miles from you now, over. Okay, thank you. 11, Houston, the PTC looks great to us, over. Hey, do you have any idea what happened to the previous one? We have absolutely no idea, over. Okay. It looked like it was all right, and then just all of a sudden it started diverging? That's negative. If you look at the plot, which we'll say for you, and let you see it post-flight, it started off immediately on the first rev and just spiraled out to about 20 degrees in pitch, and then it seemed to be setting up a spiral around an offset pitch point of about 20 degrees off from 90 degrees, but we didn't want to take a chance that it would become stable at that point. We thought it might diverge, so we called you and started over again, over. Okay, no complaints. I was just curious as to what had happened. Around Central Peak, there are depressions in the sun. Eagle, Houston, we looked good through the 210 on this mode. We're going to shift data select to an 85-foot dish to see what we got, and then we'll be back to you on the 210. If you'll stand by a couple of minutes in this mode, we'll be back with you, over. Roger, Eagle, standing by.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 83 hours, 21 minutes now into the flight. Meanwhile, aboard the Eagle, apparently Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, although Buzz is doing most of the comm check at this time.
Eagle, Houston, how do you read, over? Houston, Eagle, read you loud and clear, over. Roger, we're reading you 5-5. We got the voice good through the 85. The telemetry is in and out through the 85. Stand by, we'll be back to you with you through the 210, over. Eagle, Houston, you can go step 5 now. We'd like low bit rate, over. Houston, Eagle, you have low bit rate. Roger, copy, Eagle. Eagle, Houston, could you give me a short count, this mode, over? Houston, this is Eagle with a short count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eagle, over. Roger, Eagle, you're 5-5. This S-band voice is really beautiful, over. And Eagle, Houston, we'll be standing by in closed for a minute or so. We'll be back with you if you'll just stand by, over. Roger. Eagle, this is Houston, coming through the 210. How do you read, over? Roger, he's in loud and clear. Eagle, this is Houston. We're happy with all our data in all modes. You can power down the comm now, over. Roger, understand. Eagle will power down the comm. And just approaching 27 volts now. It looks like we won't have to bother with the high tap. Right, powering down, out. Roger, copy, out. Houston, we got a TEI-11 pad for you, and an update on the water dump, over. Stand by when you through at 50? That's firm, over. Okay.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 83 hours at 27 minutes, now into the flight, Apollo 11. That last exchange between Charlie Duke, our capsule communicator, and Buzz Aldrin aboard the Eagle, identifying that we're very well satisfied with the communications check on the lunar module, and we'll proceed with powering down the spacecraft. At 83 hours, 27 minutes, we now read an altitude of 54.3 nautical miles, a velocity of 5,376 feet per second. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
Houston, Columbia, ready to copy TEI-11, over.
Right. Columbia, here we come with the TEI-11. SPS GNN 37200 minus 060 plus 047. Now 33 098 05 2422 plus 41448 plus 03719 minus 02422. Roll is NA. Pitch 020. Rest of the pad is NA. Set stars are NA. The ullage is 2 quads, correction, 2 jets for 16 seconds. Use Bravo and Delta. In a comment, the undocked present CSM, correction, this is for TEI-11, is undocked present onboard weight of the CSM is 37200 pounds, about 50 alpha in your DAP, over.
All right, I read back. TEI-11, SPS GNN 37200 minus 060 plus 047 plus 098 052422 plus 41448 plus 03719 minus 02422. NA 020, rest of pad NA. Ullage 2 jet for 16 seconds, quad C and D. Undocked. Present CSM weight is okay in the down.
Roger, 11, and we'd like you to do a wastewater dump at 84 hours down to 25%, over.
Understand, wastewater dump to 25% at 84 hours.
Roger, and Mike will have LOS in about 11 minutes at 83.44. AOS is 84.30. And prior to, or at LOS, we would like you to go configure the S-band for high gain tracks to react, high gain beam to narrow. Let's try that to see if we can get an automatic react at the next AOS. Over.
All right, good idea.
That was Mike Collins aboard Columbia, taking down a maneuver pad.
Right. Apollo 11, Houston, also that water that you got on the aft bulkhead, if it's not too much, we just recommend sopping it up and then throwing the sponges away in the waste storage area. If it's too much, then we recommend using the procedure in the checklist on page F10-14. Over.
All right, thank you.
This is Apollo Control Houston, 83 hours, 34 minutes now into the flight, Apollo 11. The lunar module communications has been deactivated. We currently show velocity of 5,377 feet per second. Our orbital parameters now read 65.1 nautical miles apoloon, 54.2 nautical miles paraloon. At 84 hours, 35 minutes, continuing to follow. This is Apollo Control Houston.
Apollo 11, Houston, would you have Buzz make sure he gives us the ops pressure readings before you close up? Over.
Go there. Houston 11, the OPS has reached 5750, both bottles.
Roger.
This is Apollo Control Houston, 83 hours, 38 minutes. Apollo 11 now on CSM power. This is Apollo Control Houston, 83 hours, 40 minutes. Now into the flight Apollo 11. We're less than 4 minutes away now from time of loss of signal with the Apollo 11 spacecraft. Present time, our velocity reading 5,375 feet per second. Our total weight in orbit at this time reading 70,502 pounds. Our orbital parameters, apoloon 65.1 nautical miles, paraloon 54.2 nautical miles. This is Apollo Control Houston. This is Apollo Control Houston at 83 hours, 43 minutes now into the flight Apollo 11, less than a minute away from predicted time of loss of signal with the Apollo 11 spacecraft. We expect the next time we acquire Apollo 11, its crew, Neil Armstrong, Mike Collins, Buzz Aldrin, will have begun their rest period. And at 83 hours, 43 minutes, this is Apollo Control Houston. Has passed out of range with the ground, traversing now over the far side of the moon. During this pass, we had an extremely successful communications checkout with the lunar module, using its code name for the first time, its code name of the Eagle. Buzz Aldrin performed the counting tasks in concert with Charlie Duke, the capsule communicator here on the ground. And at times, Buzz's voice, we noted considerable enthusiasm for the way things are going. And at times, Charlie Duke shared that enthusiasm. And its maiden checkout and communications, the lunar module Eagle, looked good. At 83 hours, 45 minutes, this is Apollo Control Houston. This is Apollo Control Houston at 84 hours and 28 minutes, now into the flight to Apollo 11. We're less than 2 minutes away now from our scheduled time of acquisition with Apollo 11. Meanwhile, in Mission Control Center, astronaut Owen Garriott has now replaced Charlie Duke as our capsule communicator. We expect that some final advisories will be passed to the Apollo 11 crew, and final reports such as crew status will be received from Neil Armstrong, Mike Collins, and Buzz Aldrin prior to the start of their sleep period. We're a little over a minute away now from scheduled time of acquisition. We'll continue to keep the line up and continue to monitor. This is Apollo Control Houston. Mark 30 seconds now from time of scheduled acquisition. Mark 20 seconds. Seconds. We should be acquiring shortly, and we're standing by. We have data. We've acquired data on Apollo 11. This is Apollo Control Houston. Owen Garriott getting ready to place a call.
Over. This is Apollo 11. 11 Houston, Roger, reading you fine, and it looks like the automatic react went very well just as soon as you came around the limb. We have several small items to discuss with you here just before you go to sleep. Over. Go ahead, Owen. Okay, 11. First of all, on our limb systems checks, everything went fine. Would like to remind you, though, tomorrow you may see an ascent pressure light when you activate the MC&W. There should be no problem there, however. You did note that the ox tank pressure was only reading 111 psi, which is normal at this point. But below the level which will trigger your light due to the helium which has been dissolved into the propellant. Over. Roger, I understand that. Thank you. Roger, and next item, the supercritical helium rise rate is nominal, and you also had questions for us about your thruster activity during the P-22 on the last rev. I believe we understand that now. As you reported, your pitch was in Excel command and your yaw and roll were in rate command. As you were firing your pitch thrusters, this will couple rates into your yaw and roll axes, and you were at that time holding only half a degree deadband, and coupling rates into yaw and roll produced the extra firings about the yaw and roll axes. Over. That may be true. It's very peculiar coupling in that it waits longer than you would think, and its reaction is greater than you would think. We're getting yaw rates of around 0.4 of a degree per second, for example. Roger, Mike. We did play the data back, and that's the way it looked upon analysis of the chart recordings back here. Over. Okay, fine. They've also looked at the results of your landmark tracking. The marks all apparently were very good, and we've got a full page of data here relative to the altitudes of the various site locations, which I won't read up to you, but did want to let you know that the marks apparently went very well. I also have your consumable budgets, particularly your RCS propellant quantities. They're deltas from nominal if you should want them. Your worst quad is quad Charlie, which is 9% low. I'll not read up the others unless you want them. Over.
Okay, how about the up to fuel cell purge? You want that now?
I'll have to stand by just a moment.
Okay, and then the other one is we're still charging battery A.
11 Houston, we would like to delay the fuel cell purge until the backside of the moon, and you go ahead and should terminate your battery charge at this time. Over.
Okay, I understand. I knew we had another O2 and H2 purge coming up in the morning. I wasn't sure whether you wanted to go through with this one or not. I'll wait until the backside and then do it.
That's fine,
terminate battery charging now.
That's right, and one other systems item here. In order to balance your cryo tanks, would you get your O2 tank 1 and your H2 tank 2 heaters off? Over.
Okay, I have O2 tank heater 1 off and H2 tank heater 2 off.
That's right, Mike, and we believe you have your quad Bravo and quad Charlie turned off in your DAP at this time in a 5-degree deadband. We'd prefer a 10-degree deadband for your sleep period overnight here. Over.
Okay.
One other item relative to a malfunction procedure. It's unlikely that you'll have to worry about this tomorrow, but in your malfunction list under docking on page F11-9, there is a malfunction procedure for a high O2 flow rate. At the top of, under tunnel, at the top of page 11-9, we would like to have you not use that malfunction procedure should you encounter the high O2 flow rate, and instead check back with Houston for a revised procedure should you find that situation. Over.
Understand and notice it made my checklist.
11 Houston, Roger. That just about takes care of all the items we have here on the ground before time to hit the FAC, and I guess you will have a pre-sleep check for us before you go to bed.
All right, we're in the midst of cycling the O2 and H2 fans now.
Roger.
And the radiation is as follows. CDR 11012, CFD 10013, LFD 09015. Negative medication, over.
Roger, copy 11.
This is Apollo Control, Houston. 84 hours, 39 minutes now to the flight. That conversational exchange with Owen Garrett here in Mission Control Center, and principally Buzz Aldrin. However, Mike Collins did talk briefly about Program 22, the landmark tracking activity in which he performed. At 84 hours, 40 minutes, this is Apollo Control, Houston.
Apollo 11. 11, Houston, go ahead. Roger, we're thinking about taking a monocular with us on into the LEM. We think it might prove to be of some use, over. Roger, Buzz. It sounds like a good idea for some of your surveying work there inside the cockpit, over. Okay, you want to run that by whoever might be concerned? Sure will.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 84 hours, 44 minutes, and now into the flight Apollo 11. Our current spacecraft altitude now 64.3 nautical miles with an apolloon of 65.2 nautical miles, paraloon 54.4 nautical miles. We show an orbital period of 1 hour, 58 minutes, 40 seconds on our displays. Current weight of the spacecraft in orbit, 70,502 pounds. At 84 hours, 44 minutes, continuing to monitor, this is Apollo Control, Houston. This is Apollo Control, Houston, 84 hours, 48 minutes, now to the flight. We're receiving noisy data at this time. We have requested Apollo 11 to give us a manual relock. Standing by at 84 hours, 49 minutes. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
Houston, Apollo 11, how do you hear it now? 11, Houston, loud and clear this time. I'm 8. Loud and clear. You faded out on your last transmission, over. Roger, are you in wide beam now? Negative, I got you locked back on again, reacting now. Roger, that's what we want. We want to stay in narrow, and we're a little puzzled about why we lost you here a few minutes ago. Do you have any ideas? Sure don't. We're showing about 15 degrees plus pitch and about 270. That ought to be good and clear. We concur there. We still don't have any good ideas on why we were lost. Houston, would you confirm that we did acquire automatically when you came around the limb for this passage, over? That's confirmed. Thank you.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 84 hours, 56 minutes, now into the flight Apollo 11. Our current apolloon 65.1 nautical miles, current paraloon 54.3 nautical miles. After receiving some noisy signal, Apollo 11 has locked back on in fine form. That was Buzz Aldrin speaking with Owen Garrett here in the Mission Control Center. I expect we will take a second look at why we had to lock on manually. This we receive any updates on this, we'll pass them along. We now read 84 hours, 57 minutes. And this is Apollo Control, Houston.
Apollo 11, Houston, over.
Houston, Apollo 11.
11 Houston, on your auto RCS select switches, we show Quad Bravo disabled, but Quad Charlie only partially disabled. Charlie 3, I believe, is the only one you have selected off. Is that correct?
All right, that's correct.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 85 hours, 5 minutes. Now to the flight Apollo 11. We confirm from the ground following that conversational exchange. As was pointed out.
No, we see them all disabled at this time. Thank you.
As was pointed out, RCS Quad Charlie is now disabled. Following that conversational exchange between Owen Garriott and Buzz Aldrin. Buzz, the lunar module pilot, apparently quite obviously still awake. 85 hours, 7 minutes. Now to the flight Apollo 11, continuing to monitor. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
Apollo 11, Houston, over.
Houston.
11 Houston, we're going to try to check out this ability to automatically reacquire on the S-band, and what we want to do is to secure our uplink carrier for about 30 seconds, then we will turn it back on and see if the spacecraft equipment will automatically reacquire. So if you do not get a call from us within about 3 minutes, that means we have not been able to reacquire, and request your assistance on a manual acquisition, over.
Okay, we understand.
11 Houston, we also appreciate if you will note the angles that the antenna tracks through in its attempt to reacquire, over.
Roger, we'll do that.
11 Houston, it looks like we're locked back up again with no delay. How does it look on board, over?
Roger, the signal strength dropped very rapidly to 0, and the pitch and yaw in about 3 seconds moved toward 40 degrees pitch and 240 degrees yaw. Right now, they're setting on about 15 degrees pitch and about 265 degrees yaw. So they didn't move very far, about 30 degrees apiece. And then they picked right back on up again, over.
Roger, some of the luckiest people in the background there. We copied your pitch and yaw angles. 11 Houston, could you give us the location of your pitch and yaw location of your position indicators, over?
Roger, they're the same position as the antenna right now, plus 15 degrees pitch and Now, wait a minute. I got it at about 275 instead of 265.
Okay, thank you. Houston, we'd like to try the same procedure once more. We'll leave the carrier off a little longer and be back up for a call within 4 minutes. Over.
Okay.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 85 hours, 17 minutes now into the flight, Apollo 11. What you heard in the conversation between Owen Garrett and Buzz Aldrin was following a communications check in which we secured the uplink carrier for some 30 seconds and waited a given a period of time, approximately 3 minutes, to see if the spacecraft would reacquire. We appeared to reacquire in fine form on this first test. We will repeat it, this test a second time, delaying approximately 4 minutes before we place a call to Apollo 11. At 85 hours, 17 minutes, we currently read an altitude, spacecraft altitude of 56.1 nautical miles. Present velocity shows 5,367 feet per second. An apolloon, 65 nautical miles. Paraloon, 54.4 nautical miles. Present weight in orbit remains a static 70,502 pounds. Present time in orbit is shown on our displays, 1 hour, 58 minutes, 40 seconds. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
11, Houston, we're locked back up again. Can you give us a report on how the antenna behaves?
Roger, it was essentially identical with before. The pitch went to 40 to 45, and the yaw was at about 245 to 255. And then it rather quickly locked up at 15 degrees pitch and 270 yaw.
11, Houston, roger your angles, 45 and 255. Do I understand that as soon as the carrier dropped, it went to these angles, or did it only go to these angles after the uplink carrier was re-enabled and the antenna began to reacquire? Over.
As soon as the carrier dropped off, it drifted over to those angles and stayed there. And then when it came back up again, it hunted around for a while, but didn't get any further off. Gradually brought it on into the angles where it is right now, and then the signal strength would take several jumps as evidently it goes from wide to medium to narrow. Over.
11, Houston, I understand. And on another subject, request you zero your optics for the night. Over.
Apollo 11, Houston. Over. Houston, Apollo 11, go ahead.
Roger, the Black Bugle just arrived with some morning news briefs, if you're ready. Hi, Roger. Okay. Church services around the world today are mentioning Apollo 11 in their prayers. President Nixon's worship service at the White House is also dedicated to the mission. And our fellow astronaut, Frank Borman, is still in there pitching, and will read the passage from Genesis, which was read on Apollo 8 last Christmas. The Cabinet and members of Congress, with emphasis on the Senate and House Space Committees, have been invited along with a number of other guests. Buzz, your son Andy got a tour of MSC yesterday. Your Uncle Bob Moon accompanied him on the visit, which included the LRL. Among the large headlines concerning Apollo this morning is one asking that you watch for a lovely girl with a big rabbit. An ancient legend says a beautiful Chinese girl called Chang'o has been living there for 4,000 years. It seems she was banished to the moon because she stole the pill of immortality from her husband. You might also look for her companion, a large Chinese rabbit, who is easy to spot since he is always standing on his hind feet in the shade of a cinnamon tree. The name of the rabbit is not reported.
Okay, we'll keep a close eye for the bunny girl.
Roger. You residents of the spacecraft Columbia may be interested in knowing that today is Independence Day in the country of Colombia. Gloria Diaz of the Philippines was crowned Miss Universe last night. She defeated 60 other girls for the Global Beauty title. Miss Diaz is 18 with black hair and eyes and measures 34 1/2, 23, 34 1/2. First runner-up was Miss Australia, followed by Miss Israel and Miss Japan. While you're on your way back Tuesday night, the American and National League All-Stars will be playing ball in Washington. Mel Stottlemyre of the Yankees is expected to be the American League's first pitcher. No one is predicting who will be first pitcher for the National League yet. They have 9 on the roster. Even though research has certainly paid off in the space program, research doesn't always pay off, it seems. The Woodstream Corporation, parent company of the Animal Trap Company of America, which has made more than 1 billion wooden spring mousetraps, reports that it built a better mousetrap, but the world didn't beat a path to its door. As a matter of fact, the company had to go back to the old-fashioned kind. They said we should have spent more time researching housewives and less time researching mice. And the Black Bugle is all completed for the morning.
Black Team will be looking for an interesting day with you all tomorrow.
Roger, we'll be going off here shortly, and we'll pick you up in the morning for sure.
Is your Eagle done, Doc?
Roger, how does it look?
The Eagle has wings.
Roger.
Looking good.
Roger, Neil, we got if you give us crew and data, we got the loads for you.
We are now coming up on 30 seconds to acquisition of the command module. We'll stand by for that event.
Columbia, Houston, over.
Houston, Columbia, radio clear, how many?
Roger, bye, Mike. How did it go, over?
Listen, Dave, everything's going just swimmingly. Beautiful.
Great. We're standing by for Eagle.
Okay, it's coming along.
We copy out.
Good Eagle, how do you read?
Bye, Eagle. We're standing by for your burn report, over.
Roger, the burn was on time. The residuals before knowing, -0.1, -0.4, -0.1. X and Z null to 0.
Eagle, Houston, we rig you now. You're go for PDI, over.
Roger, understand. Lights on. One, go. Ignition 10%.
That's 20 seconds, everything looking good. We show altitude about 47,000 feet. Good radar data. Altitude now 33,500 feet. We're still go. Altitude 27,000 feet.
Same alarm, and it appears to come up when we have a 1668 up.
Roger, copy. Eagle, Houston, we'll monitor your Delta H.
Beautiful.
Delta H looks good now. Roger, Delta H is looking good to us.
On time.
Roger, copy. Throttle
down. Set him in the simulator.
Roger.
Eggs and things look real close.
Altitude now 21,000 feet, still looking very good. Velocity down now to 1,200 feet per second.
You're looking great to us, Eagle.
Okay, I'm still on flu, so we may tend to lose as we gradually pitch over. Let me try auto again now, see what happens.
Roger.
Okay, looks like it's holding.
Roger, we got good data. We're go, same type, we're go.
2,000 feet, 2,000 feet, into the egg, 47 degrees.
Roger.
37 degrees.
Eagle looking great, your go.
Altitude 1,600. 1,400 feet, still looking very good.
1202, we copy it.
35 degrees. 35 degrees. 750, coming down to 23. 700 feet, 21 down. 33 degrees. 100 feet, down to 19. 540 feet, down to 30. Down to 15. And 400 feet, down at 9. Feet forward. 1050 feet, down at 4. 30 and a half down. They're pegged on horizontal velocity. 300 feet down, 3.5. 47 forward. Hold up. One and a half down. 70. That's a shadow out there. 50 down at 2.5. 19 forward. Altitude, velocity light. 3.5 down. 220 feet. 13 forward. 11 forward, coming down nicely, 200 feet. 4.5 down, 5.5 down. 160 feet, 6.5 down, 5.5 down. 9 forward. Good. 120 feet. 100 feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward. 5%. 75. 75 feet. Car's looking good, down a half. 6 forward. 60 seconds. Lights on. 6. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. 30 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drift into the right a little. 20. Down a half. 30 seconds. Forward. Good. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. APA at a descent. Road control both auto. Descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is in. Copy it down, Eagle. Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot. Thank you. You're looking good here. Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute. After I'm on, take care of the descent. I'll get the stuff prepared. Yeah, it looks like we're vending the exerciser now. Roger, Eagle, and you're stay for T1. Over. Eagle, you're stay for T1. Roger. And we're Sam, stay for T1. Roger, and we see you venting the ox.
Armstrong reporting there. No difficulty adapting to the 1/6 gravity of the moon.
Window is a relatively level plain cratered with a fairly large number of craters of the 5 to 50 foot variety, and some ridges, small, 20, 30 feet high, I would guess, and literally thousands of little 1 and 2 foot craters around the area. We see some angular blocks out several hundred feet in front of us that are probably 2 feet in size and have angular edges. There is a hill in view just about on the ground track ahead of us. Difficult to estimate, but might be a half a mile or a mile.
Roger, Tranquility, we copy, over.
Houston, the Mesa came down, all right. Houston, Roger, we copy, and we're standing by for your TEV. This is Neil, radio check. Neil, this is Houston, loud and clear. Break, Buzz, this is Houston, radio check and verify TV circuit breaker in. Roger, TV circuit breaker's in. Base pass clear. Roger. And we're getting a picture on the TV. Okay, got a good picture, huh? There's a great deal of contrast in it, and currently it's upside down on our monitor, but we can make out a fair amount of detail. Okay, when you verify the position The opening I ought to have on the camera.
Then what?
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming.
Okay, I just checked getting back up to that first step. It hasn't collapsed too far, but it's adequate to get back up.
Roger, we copy.
It's a pretty good little jump.
Buzz, this is Houston, F2, I'm at 1/160th second for shadow photography on the sequence camera.
Okay. I'm at the foot of the ladder. The limb footpads are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches, although the surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass is very fine. I'm going to step off the limb now. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The surface is fine and powdery. I can pick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in fine layers, like powdered charcoal, to the sole and sides of my boot.
Be sure not to lock it on my way up.
Really good thought.
It's our home for the next couple hours. We want to take good care of it. Okay, I'm on the top step and I can look down over the RCU and landing gear pad. It's a very simple matter to hop down from one step to the next.
Yes, I found it to be very comfortable, and walking is also very comfortable. You've got 3 more steps and then a long one.
Okay, I'm going to leave that 1 foot up there and both hands down to about the 4th rung up.
There you go.
Okay, now I think I'll do the same.
More. About another inch. There, you got it?
That's a good step.
Yep. About a 3-footer.
Beautiful view.
Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here.
Magnificent desolation.
Those who haven't read the plaque will read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this limb. There's 2 hemispheres, one showing each of the 2 hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. It came in peace for all mankind." It has the crew members' signatures and the signature of the President of the United States.
this is Houston. Can we get both of you on the camera for a minute, please?
Say again, Houston.
Roger, we'd like to get both of you on the field of view of the camera for a minute. Roger, we'd like to get both of you on the field of view of the camera for a minute. Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
Would be an honor.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you do. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with the in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the Sea of Tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to Earth. For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done, and one in our prayers that you will return safely to Earth.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States, but men of peace of all nations, and with interest and a curiosity and with a vision for the future. Honor for us to be able to participate here today.
And thank you very much, and I look forward, all of us look forward to seeing you on the Hornet on Thursday.
Look forward to that very much, sir. You're bumping now.
Now you're clear. You're rubbing up against me a little bit.
Okay.
All right, that's right. Go ahead. Okay. Now move your foot and I'll get the hatch. Main hatch is closed and latched. And verified secure.
Columbia, this is Houston, over.
Roger, Columbia, and see Charlie. How do you read?
Roger, Columbia, this is Houston, reading you loud and clear on Omni Charlie. The crew of Tranquility Base is back inside their base, repressurized. They're in the process of doffing the flusses. Everything went beautifully, over.
Hallelujah.
And we'd like to get pull and accept from you. We have a state vector uplink, and after that, we'd like you to realign your platform to the new refs mat that we sent up a rev or two ago, over.
All right, understand. You want a option 1, Phoenix 2, option 1.
This is Apollo Control. Dr. Charles Berry reports the heart rates during this EVA period ranged from
90 for both crewmen to a high of about 125 for Buzz Aldrin at peak periods and a high of 160 for Neil Armstrong at peak periods. That top reading coming during the time he was transferring the rock boxes into the LEM. Dr. Berry says the data they got indicates Neil was working very hard at that time.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston, over.
Houston, Tranquility Base, go ahead.
Roger, when you all have a free moment, I have your T8 through T12 block data, over.
Houston, Tranquility Base, ready to copy.
Roger, Tranquility. T8, 114-3057. T9er, 116-29er-10. T10, 118-2723. T11, 120-2536. T12, 122-2349er. Read back, over.
Roger, T8, 114-3057. T9, 116-29er, 10. T10, 118-2723. T11, 120-2536. T12, 122-2349er, over.
Read back correct. Houston out. Columbia, this is Houston, over.
Coming on the high gain.
Roger, reading you loud and clear on the high gain, Columbia.
Roger. Showing a T-52 attitude. You want cruise status report?
Say again, Columbia.
I say again, I am maneuvering to the P-52 attitude, and do you want a cruise status report?
Roger, and go ahead with your cruise status report.
Roger, no medication, radiation 100.16.
Houston, we copy.
Houston, Tranquility Base.
Go ahead, Tranquility.
The weight of the RCU was 12 ounces. It was by itself without the bag. And the weight of the water from the CDR spliff was 12.5 ounces. That's reading 0 with the bag on.
This is Houston, we copy. And for your information, the new LEM weight after jettison of equipment, including lithium hydroxide canister, is 10837. Over.
Okay, 10837.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston. In the flight plan configuration, we show that the stability control circuit breaker, ATCA on panel 16, should be open at this time. Over.
Houston, Tranquility. Say again, which one should be closed?
Roger, panel 16, row 2, staff control, ATCA, that is ATCA, and it should be open at this time. Over.
Roger, coming open.
Roger out.
Houston, Tranquility. Do you have a way of showing a configuration of the engine arm circuit breaker? Over. The reason I'm asking is because the end of it appears to be broken off. I think we can push it back in again. I'm not sure we could pull it out if we pushed it in now. Over.
Roger, we copy. Stand by, please. Tranquility Base, this is Houston. Our telemetry shows the engine arm circuit breaker in the open position at the present time. We want you to leave it open until it is nominally scheduled to be pushed in, which is later on. Over.
Roger, copy.
Houston, Tranquility Base, CDR's PRD reads 11014.
Roger, 11014 for the CDR.
Roger, LMB reads 09018, over.
Roger, 09018.
This is Apollo Control. Dr. Berry reports those dosimeter readings have not changed since yesterday afternoon, indicating that the crew was not subject to radiation on the surface of the moon, if any, a very negligible amount.
Houston, Columbia, over.
Columbia, this is Houston. Go ahead.
Roger, Bruce. When you get a few minutes, could you give me some words on tomorrow's activities, when they're going to start?
Roger. Columbia, this is Houston, over. Columbia, this is Houston, over.
Go ahead.
Roger, Mike. A couple of quick flight plan updates here. First off, we'd like to get an O2 fuel cell purge at time 1:13:30. Are you copying? Over.
I'm copying.
Secondly, we will return to the nominal timeline with your scheduled wake-up of 1:21 hours and 12 minutes. We sort of slipped by lithium hydroxide canister change number 9 during the EVA and EVA prep. We'd like you to accomplish that now. The COM for sleep will be the normal lunar COM configuration. The RCS configuration, we're requesting you use quads Alpha and Bravo. A DAP data load for R2 should be 01111. Read back, over.
Roger, oxygen fuel cell purge at 113:30. Return to the nominal timeline at 121 hours wake up. Lithium hydroxide change number 9 right now. Normal lunar COM sleep configuration. I'm in that now. The RCS understood before you wanted to load the DAP register to 01100, which made sense on ventilate pitch only on quad A, enable all on quad B and C and D off. But you don't want that anymore, huh?
Columbia, this is Houston on your DAP load in R2. We're requesting a 0 and 4 ones. That is 01111. Over.
Okay.
And you'll,
Load's going in right now.
Roger, and you'll be enabling quads Alpha and Bravo on the auto RCS select switches, disable Charlie and Delta.
Okay.
And we have a little less than 2 minutes to LOS. If you're still up, ALS next time around will be 1:14:04. Over.
Roger.
And Columbia, if it's agreeable with you, we'd like you to stay awake until we have one successful reacquisition on the high gain antenna. And I guess you can plan on turning in shortly after ALS in this next pass. Over.
Okay.
Roger out. Tranquility Base, this is Houston, radio check, over.
Go ahead, Houston.
Roger, reading you loud and clear, just wanted to make sure we still had comm.
Roger, we've just finished up, we're just finishing up our 8 period, be ready to go back into prep for apron.
Roger.
This is Apollo Control, 113 hours, 18 minutes. We have had loss of signal from Columbia. We've asked Mike Collins to stay awake through acquisition on the next rev, which will be number 20, so that we can check the automatic acquisition mode of the high gain antenna. Once we've verified that, he will start his rest period and wake up for command module pilot at 121 hours. This Apollo Control, we're estimating the change of shift news briefing for 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the change of shift briefing. This is Apollo Control at 113 hours, 29 minutes. The change of shift news briefing is about to start. We will tape any air-ground transmissions during this period for playback after the briefing. If the equipment jettisoning occurs during the briefing, we will come back up and provide that for you live.
Base, this is Houston, over.
Roger, go ahead, Houston.
Roger, on your next depressurization, it's acceptable to use the overhead hatch dump valve in addition to or instead of the forward hatch dump valve to speed up the depressurization of the cabin. I have a T13 update for you, and if you could sometime here give us FOO and data, we'll uplink you a new CSM state vector, over.
All right. You've got the Dipkey.
Roger, your T13 time is 124-2202, over.
Roger. T13, 124-22. Is that 02, over?
That's affirmative, that is 02. And do you have a time estimate for us until you're ready to start cabin depress, over?
15 minutes, maybe?
Roger. Tranquility Base, this is Houston. Uplink complete, the computer's yours, and you can go out of data.
Roger. Go ahead, Tranquility Base here.
I just want to let you guys know that since you're an hour and a half over your timeline and we're all taking a day off tomorrow, we're going to leave you. See you later.
I don't blame you a bit.
That's a real great day, guys. We're going to enjoy it.
Thank you. Couldn't enjoy it as much as we did.
Right.
It was great.
Sure wish you'd hurry up and get that trash out of there, though.
Yeah, we're just about to do it.
Okay.
We're live now. Capcom voice on that last transmission was Deke Slayton, the Director of Flight Crew Operations here at MSC.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston. We show the suit relief valve still in the auto position. It should be closed, over. Columbia, this is Houston, over.
Houston, Cody, go ahead.
Roger, we've successfully reacquired the high gain antenna. Unless you have some other traffic with us, I guess we'll bid you a good night and let you get some sleep, Mike, over.
Okay, sounds fine.
And we are going to power down the voice subcarrier part of our uplink to you in order that we don't disturb you while we're talking to Tranquility Base. If you need us, just give us a call and we can respond with a time lag of about a minute to a minute and a half in getting reconfigured, over.
Okay, thank you.
Roger, and good night.
Thanks, man.
We said good night to Mike Collins in Columbia at 114 hours, 6 minutes. And the cabin is coming down now on Tranquility Base. It's down to about 3.5 pounds now, holding there.
Columbia, this is Houston. We'd like you to enable thrusters Bravo 1 and Bravo 2. Auto RCS select, over.
Okay, Bravo 1, Bravo 2 enable.
Roger out.
Tranquility Base pressure coming on down now, 1.5 pounds.
Tranquility, this is Houston. For reference, which dump valve are you using, over?
We used the forward dump valve until about 2 psi, and we're using the overhead now.
Roger out.
They're both open now.
Less than 0.5 pound of pressure.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston, over.
Roger, go ahead.
Roger, on your mission timer, we wanted to pull the circuit breaker and let it cool down for an hour and a half to 2 hours. I believe the breaker is currently open. It has been off. So go ahead and reset the mission timer circuit breaker. Put the timer control to reset and hold it in reset for 30 seconds. And then slew it to your desired settings, left to right, and place the timer control to start, over.
Okay, we'll try it. Houston, our mission timer seems to be fluid. Okay, you want to give us a time hack? Or can we get up the CMC? LGC, I mean.
Roger, Tranquility. I'll give you a time hack at 114.3100. It's about 30 seconds from now, over. Stand by for a mark at 114.31. Stand by. Mark. Tranquility, this is Houston. Did you copy my mark at 114.31?
Roger, thank you, and our mission timer is running now.
Roger, very good. And I've got a consumables update for you if you're ready to copy or listen, over.
Stand by. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, RCS Alpha is 81%. RCS Bravo, 75%. Coming up on 115 hours GET, descent oxygen is 31.8 pounds, or 59%. Descent amp hours, 858. And ascent amp hours, 574, over.
Roger, copy. Thank you very much.
Roger. Tranquility, this is Houston. You also have a set of about 10 questions relating to observations you made, things you may have seen during the EVA. You can either discuss a little later on this evening or sometime later in the mission. That's your option. How do you feel, over?
I guess we can take a couple up now.
Okay, and your friendly green team here has pretty well been relieved by your friendly maroon team, and I'll put Owen on with the questions.
Tranquility. Okay, thank you, Bruce. And Go ahead.
Tranquility, Houston. First question here is your best estimate of the yaw on of the limb as compared to the nominal pre-flight plan. Over.
We got 13 degrees left on the ball, and I think that's probably about right. Looking at the shadow and so on, we're probably about 13 degrees left of the shadow.
Roger, that's 13 degrees left of the shadow. And next question relates to the depth of the bulk sampling that you obtained near the first part of the EVA, and any changes in composition that you might have observed during the bulk sampling interval. Over.
I'm not sure I understand that question, but we got a good bit of the ground mass in the bulk sample, plus sizable number of selected rock fragments of different types.
Roger, Neil. One of the implications here is the depth from which the bulk sample was collected. Did you manage to get down several inches or near the surface? Over.
We've got some down from as much as 3 inches in the area where I was looking at the variations of an inch or two and couldn't go any further.
Roger, I believe we understand down as deep as 3 inches.
We got 2 core tubes and a solar wind and about half of a big sample bank full of assorted rocks, which I picked up hurriedly from around the area. Tried to get as many representative types as I could.
Roger, Neil. Next topic here relates to the rays which emanate from the DIP's engine burning area. We're wondering if the rays emanating from the beneath the engine are any darker or lighter than the surrounding surface. Over.
The ones that I saw back in the aft end of the spacecraft appeared to be a good bit darker, and of course, viewed from the aft end, while they did have the sun shining directly on them, it seemed as though the material had been baked somewhat, and also scattered in a radially outward direction. But in that particular area, this feature didn't extend more than about 2, maybe 3 feet from the skirt of the engine. Over.
Roger, understand that near the aft end out to the east, that the rays did appear darker. I understand, Buzz, that this was the appearance of the material which had been uncovered by the rays that appeared darker for 2 or 3 feet extending outward. Is that correct?
No, I wouldn't say it was necessarily material that had been uncovered. I think some of the material might have been baked or in some way caused to be more cohesive and perhaps flow together in some way. I don't know. Now, in other areas, before we started trampling around out in front, why, we could see that small erosion had taken place in a radially outward direction, but it had left no significant mark on the surface other than just having eroded it away. Now, it was different back in the right under the skirt itself. It seemed as though the surface had been baked in a streaked fashion, and I think a couple pictures on film will show this, but that didn't extend out very far. Over.
Roger, Tranquility, and this baked appearance that you described, at least the suggestion is that it was due to the heat of the engine at any rate. Next subject, did...
I believe so.
Roger. Next subject, did either of the solar panels on the PSE touch the surface of the moon during deployment? Over.
I think that the two corners did touch. Since when it was deployed, both of them did come out at the same time. It unfolded a little unevenly, and of course the terrain that it was on was a little bit not quite as level as it would as I would like to have it. And I think that two corners did touch to about 1 inch, 3/4 to a half an inch deep, and maybe along the bottom it might have been maybe 3 inches, leaving a small triangular coating on two of the corners. And I think these are on the western ones. Over.
Roger, understand the description there. And the next subject on the two core tubes which you collected, how did the driving force required to collect these tubes compare? Was there any difference? Over.
Not significantly. I could get down about the first 2 inches without much of a problem, and then as I would pound it in about as hard as I could do it, the second one took two hands on the hammer, and I was putting pretty good dents in the top of the extension rod, and it just wouldn't go much more than, I think the total depth might have been about 8 or 9 inches. But even there, it didn't, for some reason, it didn't seem to want to stand up straight. In other words, I'd keep driving it in, and it would dig some sort of a hole, but it wouldn't just penetrate in a way that would support it and keep it from falling over, if that makes any sense at all. It didn't really to me. Over.
Roger, Buzz. I think I've got the picture. You indicate that little difference between the two samples, and that in each case you got down about 2 inches without any problems, and then had to continue hammering rather vigorously in order to continue driving it into a total depth of 8 or 9 inches. And even at that point, the rods did not want to stay vertical, that they'd tend to fall over on you even after pounding in that far. Is that correct?
That the material was quite well packed, a good bit darker, and the way it...
the general summary of the geology of the area. Over.
Yeah, we'll postpone our answer to that one until tomorrow, okay?
Yes, indeed. That'll be fine. Just a couple more here, and I think these may not be quite as lengthy as number 7 there. Can you estimate the stroke of the primary and secondary struts? Over.
Well, I could do it like this. So about all the struts are about equally stroked. And the height from the ground to the first step is about 3 feet, or maybe 3.5 feet, huh?
Roger, understand, Neil. Next topic. Just after landing, you pointed out that there was a hill to the west along the plus Z axis from the limb. Are there any large rocks in that direction that might block the solar array during the sunset? As the sunset approaches in your locality, are there any large rocks that might tend to obscure the array? Over.
I don't believe so. I think that it's about as level as any other areas that we chose.
Roger.
There's nothing large anyway that's going to get in the way.
Roger, copy. That's also the way it appeared from the television, I think. And now the final question. You commented, Neil, that on your approach to the landing spot, you had passed over a football field-sized crater containing rather large blocks of solid rock, perhaps 10-15 feet in size. Can you estimate the distance to this football-sized crater from your present position? Over.
I thought we'd be close enough so that when we got outside, we could see its rim back there, but I couldn't. But I don't think that we're more than a half mile beyond it. That is, a half mile west of it.
Roger. So you estimate your present position less than a half a mile approximately west of this large crater. Over.
That's correct.